1. Nope. Going live in 3, 2, 1. Going live in 3, 2, 1. We must be live by now.
We are.
Hey, all right. Hey, everybody. It's Harris Fellman with TrafficForMe.com. Among other things, it's not all I am. I am much more than just the founder of Traffic for Me. I am also the founder of 2 teenage children. I found them and they are mine. I mean, the father of 2 teenage children. Anyway, and this is, of course, or wherever you are, to other people. I don't know where you show up. Where do you show up? How do you, are you over here to me on the Facebook page?
It flashes between you being the focus, then me being the focus. As far as our page, I'm not quite sure how it is shown to others, but I actually watch it on our videos page and then pull it up all by itself. So it takes over my screen. That way I can monitor our comments. So
so then I should do it like this. So I should assume that it's doing that. It's probably doing that. It's probably like when you speak or I speak. So I would say, and then here's Ross.
Works for me.
You have to talk, but then you have to talk so that it.
Well, I was trying not to yawn. My bad.
No, you did yawn. You did. Yeah, I saw you yawn. I don't know if they saw you yawn or not, but so as you can see, Ross and I, we almost matched today. We both have black short sleeve shirts on. I look muscular. Look at that. He is muscular. But because he's so muscular, he can't shave the side like me. See, like his arms don't make it, so he has to only shave here and here. That's why I have this go-to here.
My arms are not that big. My chest is huge, but my arms are not that big.
You got big titties. You got big old boobies. Big muscular boob. I got some nice. You can't tell in the black.
Harder to see. Well, I also generally wear y'all know if you've been here. I usually wear workout clothes because what's the sense in dirtying clothes I'm just gonna end up throwing in the laundry when I could wear them and then wear them to the gym and make them utterly disgusting. So that's generally my goal with the clothing that I wear. Plus, it's super comfortable. I mean, there's a reason that women walk around in yoga pants. They're comfortable. So lightweight shorts.
That's the reason?
I love it.
That's the reason? Why are they constantly looking in the mirror to seeing how their butt looks in the yoga pants if it's all about comfort? I'm just saying, I'm seeing a lot of
benefit, my friend. Well, I'm not saying every woman wears them for comfort, but
okay. They're definitely not wearing it for me, is what you're saying. They're definitely
most definitely not.
Yeah, they're definitely not wearing it for me. I'm gonna get canceled. Internet marketing guru Harris Fellman canceled for saying he likes to look at women in yoga pants. Anyway, so
you know what, dude? I've got to be honest. Some of our friends have done so much worse than what you just did, and they did not get canceled. So let's be grateful. And
I didn't even say it. I think I have alluded to the fact that I do spend way too much time in dive bar / stand-up comedy venues. I'm hosting a lot of stand-up comedy. I don't think of myself as a stand-up comedian. I'm a comedy magician with a few jokes. Oh, we could do a risky one. We won't do that. Okay. What's the one that I say? I forget the setup for one of them. Oh, I say, speaking of yoga pants, you know, I really like smaller boobs. Oh no, sorry. I'd like to have smaller boobs. That's what I meant. It doesn't work with a one-person audience. It doesn't work.
No, not as well, I suppose.
No. Okay, so what we wanted to do today was a really long intro like this. No, sorry about that. I've just got some good energy. I was thinking I would do. Can you tell that this is a bigger deck of cards? It really looks like you can't. It looks like I might have giant hands or small hands. I could have small hands. But anyway, want to see a card trick, Ross?
Sure, hit me.
Too bad we're going to do a rope trick today. That's right. We're going to do a rope trick today. I got to stand up for this though. Let's see here. Pardon my shorts, my unprofessional, my tiny room. Let's see. Can you guys can see me? Okay. All right. So I have here, oh wow, you can't even tell. There we go. I have a long rope. I have a short rope, and I have a small rope. I usually, during my routines, will make some sort of comment and hand this out to somebody in the audience, and I'll make a gentleman stand up and say, I have a long one, and it gets giggles. And then I have a medium one, and they're all fine with that. And then someone's like, I have a short or small one. So anyway, so you can see I have a small rope. Let me put, and I mean, if you were here, I'd be able to show you that there's no magnets in this or anything like that, but you can kind of, I guess you could kind of tell. But anyway, so this actually is a bit of an I can't go far enough back. This is not well thought out. So we can make an illusion that's really interesting with these ropes, which is, so you can take the small one and put it up here. You could take the long one and put it up there, and you could take the medium one and put it there. And now, so this is what we have here, right? We have, it looks like here, and if I take this right there, it looks like they're all the same length, right? So that's kind of an illusion
actually,
that they're all the same length. But since I am a magician, I can just snap my fingers, and now,
oh, that was cool.
They all are
the same length.
The same length. We have one medium rope, second medium rope, and a third medium rope for you. So there you go.
Nice, bro. That was cool.
Next time I'll change it back. We don't have time for that now. Yeah.
So
changing it back is quite magical as well.
We are going.
So you talk a little bit while I find the funnel that we're going to fix. Okay.
Okay. So we're doing two things today. We're going to talk about email follow-up, which to you guys who are buying our traffic is probably the most important part of your business, because if you get the follow-up wrong, you don't make money. So I'm going to go over 5 really important pieces, including many you may not have heard before. And then my initial intent was not to talk about a basic promotional sequence. However, Harris was like, no, give them that. So we're going to do that too. Harris, do you want me to I can go into the promo sequence and be done by the time you find what you're looking for. I can be brief.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so generally, when you buy our traffic, you want to put an offer in front of them to try and recoup a little bit of your spend. So then what? A promo sequence can make sense in certain circumstances. Part of the 5 things is going to talk about some other possibilities that I want you to consider. However, let's say you're going into a promotion sequence. So generally, you're going to have people on your list and you want to promote something. So what you want to do is really understand what that product does. Generally, you can do that just by going to the sales letter and understanding it. But normally you're going to want to actually use it, or, go through it enough to understand what's there. So email 1 is actually not what you would normally think, and probably not what you would normally send. What I would talk about is the big pain. Whatever that product solves, I would talk about the pain that it solves and create a little bit of curiosity and simply close my email with, hey, I know that this is something plaguing you, so my next email is going to go into how you can solve this pain. The next email opens with how the pain is relieved and talks about the solution to that pain, making them better. What's most important, actually, and of course, email 1, no link. Email 2, you do put a link to the product. Email 3 is something different and something you're probably not doing, but it will make you way more money. Opening email 3, you want to treat it like a reminder. Hey, I'm not sure you saw my last email, but I want to solve this pain for you. Then every other thing in that email is a bullet point type statement that addresses an objection. So one objection could be, I don't trust this guy. So you could talk about why the person is worthy of their trust. You can talk about what the product does in some of the testimonials, give them additional, point out additional points in the proof. You can talk about risk reversal. So those things are designed to push people over the edge and hopefully get them to buy. So give that a shot in your next promo sequence and see how it does. Please, by all means, come back and let us know.
What's a risk reversal?
Risk reversal is generally a guarantee, but there are others.
So like a money back guarantee that you're going to get a result.
Money back guarantee that promises X result or refund.
Yeah, that's the most obvious one that people are familiar with, but there's other risk reversals as well, yeah, that they could come up with.
Sure, absolutely. I generally will put my own ass on the line, especially in affiliate promo. So if I truly believe in the product and know the individual, like the seller, like full on trust them, know the product, know that it does what it's supposed to, what I will generally do is throw my own guarantee on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
And in doing that, what it does is it tells the people that I have so much faith in the person that created that pain solution, that it boosts the authority of the product and the seller.
Yeah. So the idea is that, okay. So you have a promo sequence. So first of all, you said how many days apart? Should this be one day after another? I guess it depends on the market. So I know the answer to that. It depends on the market, but let's just say with BizOp, it's probably one day after the other. It's just day 1, day 2, day 3, maybe day 1, day 2, nothing, day 4. But the truth of the matter is with BizOp and Make Money Online, if they ain't getting a message from you, they're getting a message from somebody else today. So that's the problem. And the solution to that. So that's great. So let's move into the next part, and then we'll come back and do
as
another.
We're starting, Jared asked, do I still have time to submit my funnel for a review?
It won't
no.
be, yeah, you can,
but
not
yes.
today, not for today. Just go.
Yeah.
I'll send out a request soon for more funnels. But here's what's happening with the funnels, with the fix your funnel stuff is 3 weeks ago, no, I guess technically 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we asked for people's funnels and we got like 20 of them, which we couldn't possibly cover in an hour. And we really want these things to be a half hour. We know the fix your funnel might be an hour, but so we basically, long story short, we did, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them 2 weeks ago. We did 5 or 6 of them a week ago. And we said, we don't want every one of these Facebook Lives to only be fix your funnels. We think we have more value that we can give you, bring it in without a funnel triggering us, because we'll never be able to do the content that we're doing today, which is talking about what do you do after people opt in, which is a follow-up formula, a variety of follow-up formulas, and then so what we did was we put we started putting a single funnel that we fix, that we give critique on, or that some of them that we fix. So pretty much one per day with other content mixed in on our Facebook page. This, by the way, we're being pretty transparent about this. The whole reason that we're doing these Facebook Lives is we want more engagement on our Facebook page. Now, will we ever take these Facebook Lives and put them on YouTube or have them streaming somewhere else? Yes, but we're trying to, we're taking one step at a time. We're ultimately a small business. I also have, like I mentioned earlier, I have two teenagers. I have a life. I do magic. So we can only do so much. There's not a lot. Anyway, the point is we're being transparent with you. We want more and more engagement on our Facebook page. And part of the reason we want that is we wanted to see if that would make our Facebook ads convert better. And it did. It basically brought the cost down. I shouldn't say convert better, but it brought the cost down. They were able to give us more exposure for the same money. So for Jared, feel free to reply to any of the messages that I sent a few weeks ago asking for it, and you'll be in the queue, and we will record I'd say 5 per week. We'll release them, and today we're going to do one as well. I wanted to reward Michelle. I don't know if she's here today, Michelle Mitchum. I don't know if she's here, but last week she was on the call or on the
live
call. live, Facebook Live, and she wanted, she asked, she said, "Hey, can I still submit just like Jared did?" Wink, wink, Jared. And I wanted to make sure that we kind of addressed hers on this one. And so she sent us in a page. I'm going to share it with you right now. Is she here or no?
I don't believe so. If she is here, she's not talking.
All right. So say hi if you're here, Michelle. And if you're not, then I'll let you. I'm going to reply. I'll respond to her and let her know that it's up. What do I want to do? I want to share the screen. Sharing screen. Boom, and boom. Okay, here we go. And you can see that now, right, Ross? Okay.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of things, and then I'll opt in and we'll look at the next page because I don't know if I did that yet or not. And then so first and foremost, you have white text over a pretty
light gray
white background, light gray and some white, and you're making me work way too hard to read that headline. So make it probably blue. We all obviously red gets a lot of attention, but make all of this text probably blue. I don't mind. I think it's a good picture in the background.
Yes.
I don't love your domain name. I know it's your initials, MBM, and then DIY credit repair. I think I would rather DIY dash credit dash repair dot something else to
right
MBM, because it looks a little too like basically I think anybody's going to see that and it's going to look like it's a small company. And if I'm going to do a DIY credit repair.co, DIY credit repair.io, something like that would, I don't know, it's probably not going to make a huge difference, but every little thing on something like this matters. So, and then, so what do you think? I'll let you critique the actual text.
The copy is solid. I actually don't have any large complaints or issues with it other than everything you just said. The one thing that I will recommend is anytime you design something like this, you need a privacy policy. It's very, very important to have it if you ever step away from something like solo ads. We don't require that, but you should have it there just to protect your butt. Because the world is so happy, so why sign up for the ridiculousness? Hit the button and I'll go straight into the next one, the next page.
And then the title of the next page is Cheetah. Oh, it's
for a
gone
moment.
now. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here's Michelle. Just one more step to go. Please open our email. So we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before, and this is a huge lost opportunity. So you really want to have thank you. Oh, there's two things going on here. Number one, you're doing double opt-in. Open our email and click on the confirmation link. So you're going to lose 75% of your emails when you do that. By the way, we don't have traffic for you either. I should mention that.
Yeah.
Credit repair.
We don't have credit repair.
Although I would try it. There's a lot of BizOp. There's a lot of people in lower income on the BizOp lists. I would try it. I would say try it. Make sure you talk to me before you try it in email, Michelle. It could work. It just, we got to fix some things. Number one, you want every single email of everybody that opts in. I think you want to continue the same branding that you had over here. I know you wanted to use this as a time to introduce yourself, but you might want to continue kind of a similar branding as before. I don't know. But the biggest thing here is this: instead of being, hey, double opt-in, this should be a go open your email and confirm. It should be, thank you so much. Your free report is on the way. But in the meantime,
since you're here,
I'm going to give you a one-time offer and sell them something, whatever it is that you're trying to sell. If it's a, I don't know what you might be selling.
We know it's do-it-yourself credit repair, but we don't understand what your offers look like because we haven't had a chance to see them. Is it a $7 thing? Is it a $700 thing?
Right.
You definitely want something $50 or less as a one-time offer.
So if it's not $50, it's not $50 or less, so if the product if you don't have a front end that's $50 or less, try to peel off a piece of the whole thing and make it a $10, $20. Remember, these people are having credit problems, so they're going to be a little nervous to spend more than probably 25 bucks, 25, 50 bucks, you know. But if it is, then great, put the offer right there, and maybe, you know, take 10 bucks off of it if you buy right now. You know, but the other thing, that if it is a larger, if you're ultimately looking for a larger sale, then this could be a appointment. You could have them setting an appointment with you. Just some action that they could take here, other than, and the reason is, again, I guess I should just say this every time it comes up. This page right here is the only time that you'll have 100%, and not really, 99% of the people that opted in. So a real human opts in, they see this page, 99 to 100%. They opted in. So now in your case, they opt in. Let's say you pay a bunch of money, you get 1,000 people to come to your website, and 300 opt in. You're gonna get, I don't know, I'll be nice and say 50% are gonna go open that email, and then 50% are going to click. And I'm going to be really nice. 50% are going to click to confirm, when they don't really have a reason to. What are you even giving them? Right? What were we?
Well, the promise is we'll help you we'll give you the system to fix your own credit. But while that is absolutely a big promise, you got to start delivering. So generally, if you're paying for advertising, the worst thing you can do is be set up on a double opt-in autoresponder. Some of them either force it or make it really difficult for you to switch to single. If that's the case with your autoresponder, get another. Because if you're going to pay for advertising, you cannot afford to do double opt-in. You will lose 75% of your emails, and that's absolutely standard across all advertising, and it is a mistake. So please, if you're on something with double opt-in, you've got to use a different system when you're paying for advertising, because you need every bit of your results. Because what happens is attrition starts kicking in immediately. And what that is that you lose people because they're being beat over the head with 500 other emails throughout the day. And I'm just estimating, of course, but those people, there's only so much bandwidth. And if you did not do something incredible to get and maintain their attention, you're going to lose it. So you must have single opt-in set up. You must put an offer in front of them immediately after opting in. If your offer is a higher end thing, you need to find something less expensive to offer them after they sign up.
Or like I said, an appointment. Make an appointment with our professional, credit score fixer.
But you've really got to make some big promises to get people to do that when they don't know who you are.
Well, but if this is a DIY credit system, then
you're right.
You're not making then you're not making an appointment. Then it's all in the sense of getting a report and then paying for a report, I suppose. So I presume Michelle wants to make money, right? So but yeah, and Michelle, feel free to respond to the email that I just sent you, and you can let me know any questions you have about this. I'll respond to you privately. We're not going to do another, fix your funnel, but we're happy to do that. So all right, cool. So let's good.
Yes, let me dive into email because we have other stuff to do. So let's help everybody and then move on and get on with our day. So I have 5 very important things that you need to either consider or put into play in your email marketing and your follow-up. So what I'm giving you today are the things that were not obvious to me. Some of them, well, I shouldn't say not. Anyway, first and foremost, this is the highest click-through rate email I have ever used. And it is absolutely a dirty trick, and it was absolutely stolen from a friend. That friend's name was Chuck Mullaney. He is an email expert. So if you don't understand how to set up your email marketing, that's what he does. So you can search him out on Facebook if you'd like, but I have to give credit where credit is due. This email is very simple something, the subject line is something along the lines of, hey, and you simply put, you've got to see this, hyperlink, your name. The click-through rate should be insane if you have given them a reason to trust you. So how do you do that? You have to provide some value first. And that's actually one of the other pieces. And something really interesting happened. I was under the impression in the early years of my business that I could not deliver value and ask for money at the same time. And I was wrong. I was very, very, very wrong, because marketing and sales, there's value in those things when you're doing business to business stuff. I mean, I was teaching marketing things, so there was value in every email that I sent. I just didn't see it that way because I wasn't giving something away. If it wasn't free, I saw it as that can't be valuable. So make sure you're delivering value as often as possible. Obviously, that highest click-through rate email doesn't deliver a lot of value, but to get people to trust you enough to click through that, you have to deliver value to their lives. So give them some small wins throughout your emails, even if you're selling something. There's nothing wrong with giving away a little bit of the formula to get someone to pay for the whole thing. It's important. And make sure that they feel valued, because if all they are is your next dime, they will feel that as well.
So I'm sorry, I flaked out a little bit. I was looking at comments. First of all, I'm really confused as why Facebook says 11 comments but only shows me 4. But anyway, for this Facebook Live that we're doing right now, but I don't think so. So anyway, was that one subject line, right? That wasn't like a follow-up.
That was 2 pieces out of 5. That's not a sequence. Pieces. It's part of your sequence.
Okay. So I interrupted. Do you want to continue?
You did. Can I go?
Yeah.
So one of the other pieces that most people either skim over or don't focus on, but it's actually one of the most important, is the story. So story-based emails do really well, but what I'm actually referring to is your story, why you're doing what you're doing and selling what you're selling. And you can do this multiple times over time. So this could be done 100 times in your follow-up. There could be many stories. What you want to do early on in the life experience of your autoresponder is make sure that you're telling the reason that you do what you do. That matters because that increases the know, like, and trust factor. When you increase the know, like, and trust factor, you increase the amount of money people are willing to pay you. So one of the things that I did wrong was that I focused on my injuries as a disabled veteran. And what it did that was really interesting and honestly really awful was it sent me a lot of people that couldn't pay me. They had no money because they were also disabled veterans, and they found me and they were inspired by me and they wanted to do great things, but they couldn't afford to pay me. So I actually had to reframe my story a little bit and tell it a little bit differently, to not necessarily focus on the poor me part of stuff and focus more on the success and the accomplishments, to get people to have a little more faith in my abilities instead of, oh, I'm disabled too, can you help me please, I'm in trouble.
Right.
And it was painful because I really wanted to help those people, but that didn't feed my kids. Sure as hell wasn't covering the cost of diapers. So my story, because of that discomfort, became so good that I knew of at least 3 other marketers that were on my list and took my story and used it to teach their customers and the way that I told it. And I do have some experience telling stories, and I have a flair for the dramatic. So I've actually changed it probably 10 more times since then. And I enjoy telling it, but it gives people a reason to understand that I know, not only do I know what I'm doing, but I actually care. So
you just said you changed your story, but you don't mean
it's not that I changed my story, I changed how I told it.
Yeah.
So the framing of facts.
Yeah.
You know, let's call it creative storytelling. Did I lie? Never. Did I omit? Absolutely. Did I remove details that were hurting my ability to earn? Totally. Yeah. But again, it wasn't with the goal of being dishonest, and I'm going to assume that you wouldn't do that either. You being Harris, you being the people that are watching this. Something completely out of left field that just entered my head.
Plenty of people do.
Sure.
People do lie.
Some people shoot. There are people that don't use their own face. They use personas to sell, and that's actually legal in most cases. If you have the best offering and you're not selling as hard as you can, you're failing your customer. That is not an email thing. It is simply a statement. It came from an old friend of mine, and I don't feel like crediting him. So anyway, something else. So let's move on. The story and how you tell it. What? Go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
Okay. The story and how you tell it, it really does matter. Generally, you're not going to know if you have a win until people start responding. That's how you see if your story is doing the work that you need. So it's going to require a little testing. Be a little gentle on yourself, but don't focus on super negative stuff because it's actually off-putting. You have to have a win there somewhere. So remember that. That's actually very important in the telling of your story, because I focused so much on the pain, it detracted from my successes. When I focused on my successes and made light of the pain, that's when my story got so good that other people were sharing it and using it as a teaching item.
So, you know, when you were talking about subject lines, it got me thinking about a couple of people who I've gotten really good subject lines from. Either directly, they're like, "Dude, you have to try this." I'm pretty close friends with Telman Knutson, who's an email pro, email marketing 20-year veteran, and you know, something as simple as just "Hey!" exclamation point, or "Hey, name!" exclamation point, or one of the strongest ones, and this is not a follow-up. It's in your follow-up sequence, but it's just a single. It's not even a sequence. It's the person. You just put the name, question mark, and then this is maybe 2 to 3 weeks in. 3 weeks after they've opted in and they haven't bought anything, you go name, question mark, and then the email itself is hey, name, are you still interested in whatever the product is that you're selling? And that will get you, you guys, if you stayed this long for this, you know, that email alone will shake the trees, you know. And I got that one from Telman, and then stuff that I got from really just opt into Telman Knutson, look him up and opt into his list and see what he's doing. He does things with mascots and stuff like that. That's very easy and creative that you can learn from him. But then also Frank Kern is another subject line genius, and he'll just have stuff like, "This is strange." That's a subject line, and it, you know that. And but guess what? The payoff has to be something strange, and then, you know, transitioning into either content or selling something.
Well, that could actually be a point in something that I didn't mention. You must deliver. Every email you send, you must deliver. So if you use "this is strange," you better have a story referencing something strange.
Oh yeah, you'll lose. The fastest way to lose people is clickbait that doesn't connect, the clickbait that doesn't deliver, as he just said, as Ross just said. Yeah, if you put strange and then you're just like, "Hey man, it's been a while since I've heard from you," then it's not going to work, you know. Yes. And same with the risky one that I just mentioned, where it's just the person's name with a question mark. You better have a question for them, you know, when they
better be, it has to be focused on whatever your subject is. Your subject must deliver.
Yeah. And by the way, one way to find some good subject lines is to opt into people like that's lists and watch what they're doing, and see what got your attention. So do you have another formula you want to discuss, or do you want to cut? We're at 30
two
minutes.
Final things, and then we'll cut. And I can be brief. So after you get done with your initial promo, when you hit someone, when they get on your list, obviously you're going to try and get them to buy. And then what you need to do is something almost nobody does. And this actually also increased that know, like, trust dramatically, exponentially. What you need to do is force consumption. That is the goal. Send 2 emails, post promo, to get them to consume whatever free thing you gave them. Why? Because your free thing is probably sitting collecting digital dust on their computer somewhere. Odds are they got caught up in the promo that you put in front of them, and they've maybe read some of your emails, but they did not consume your freebie. If they consume your freebie, that re-engages the mind, that gets them to remember who you are and gets them to feel kindly and positively about you. So that's actually a really big deal. What you want to do is have one email focused on curiosity. So you talk about something on page 3, so some kind of hook related to whatever pain you're solving in the freebie. And then the next one should be maybe another curiosity thing. You could focus on the end result that they will get when they go through the whole thing. You could focus on solving that pain, the small pain that you're solving. Really, the second email could be any of a bunch of different things. Test things out, see how it goes. Last but not least, this one's actually not a formula. This is something very simple. Any of the things that I mentioned to you, I discovered those either by being connected to really smart people and watching what they were doing, or by having a willingness to do different stuff. That has actually cost me more than it has made me, because I had a willingness to do stuff that did not fit at all, because I wanted to see what worked, and I didn't want to have to follow someone else's formula. The truth is, you don't need to reinvent the wheel, but if you have a great idea that is helpful and provides value to your readers, run it. Some things you should never do. Number one is to badmouth someone else for any reason. All it will ever do is make you look foolish. I've done this publicly. I've done it privately. I've sent it to my email list. I've actually sent anti-promotions. Do not buy this thing. This person is a jerk. They never did anything good for me. They were my highest unsubscribed emails. Being negative on that level, or being negative on any other without a positive end, is a recipe for disaster. Negativity in your emails, unless there's a very strong reason and a very strong positive that comes from it, there's no benefit. If you are overly negative, people don't want that in their lives. We have enough bullshit that we have to deal with. Excuse my French. We have enough stuff, negative things to deal with in our lives as it is. And last but not least, stay in your lane. I had a really interesting thing that happened in my first 2-3 years in doing marketing stuff. And I was insistent that list building was traffic stuff, because sending an email is like push button traffic, driving people where you want them to go, right? My list disagreed. They did not see list building as something they wanted to learn from me. Every time I promoted a list building product, I made either no sales or 1 or 2, and got angry, awful replies. I kept testing that over the years. It cost me probably 5,000 emails, because it was simply not what they wanted or expected from me. You need to try to meet the expectations of your list and give them what they want from you. If you do that, they will love you, they will stick with you, and you will make money. And now, Harris, I'm done.
Yeah. All right, so that was pretty close to 30 minutes. I think that was a ton of content between the funnel fixing, the incredible magic, and all of the content that Ross just delivered. I was a little, I'll be honest, I was trying to find the comments, and I did find what was going on. It's basically on the Facebook page itself. It doesn't show all the comments, but on on the live as it's going on, it does show all 11 or more now comments. So
yes,
all good. All right, we have a couple of very active people. Joseph, thanks for being active, and Jared as well. Appreciate all your comments.
Jared will look for your funnel and look forward to reviewing it for you.
And Ross, I was looking at, just so you know, only 8 or 9 people are catching this live. And I think it's a lot to do with the time that we do it, the time of day, because I'm in Spain. So it's 6 p.m. for me now, and it's noon for Ross, but that's also 9 a.m. for the West Coast. So we're not really doing the best time of day. But if you watch, by next week, this will have 125, 130, 150 people that view it. So it is the valuable content is getting out to people. And they're able to jump around a little more. Maybe somebody doesn't want to see the magic trick. Maybe somebody wants to see the magic trick 20 times over. I don't know. So it enables that as well. So you guys, the 8 or 9 people that are here, thank you so much for attending live, and for more people that see it, you can comment anytime, and we'll reply next week. So thanks again. Take it easy.
Bye.
I'm not on the page. You say that again. Say bye.
Bye.